Hey, what's up? I'm your host, Christian Patterson, here to bring you this week's edition of TV20's Inside Sports Report. The kids at Walton School received a very special visit from the Cleveland Browns organization as a reward for their good attendance habits. The Browns organization fully supports CMSD's Get to School, You Can Make It campaign because they know good attendance is linked to academic success.
The Cleveland Browns had donated these T-shirts to encourage our attendance campaign. So with that, I asked, could we get enough T-shirts for our staff? She made the request to the Browns. They honored that, and so I got the sizes. And so what we decided to do in order to ramp up our attendance here at Walton was to wear our attendance shirts the very, very first day of school, and then wear them every day that we had a whole school morning meeting, which was the first school day of every week. And we've been doing that ever since August the 14th. Well, you have to get to school in order to make it. And so if you're not at school, you're missing a lot every day. We also want our faculty to attend school because we know there's a direct correlation between the faculty attendance and the student attendance. And so we want both of those attendance rates to be very, very high.
The Browns showed up with defensive linemen Larry Ogunjobi and Nate Orchard. The players began with introducing themselves to the kids and letting them know how important of a role attendance has played in their life growing up as well as in the NFL.
In the NFL, you get fined. So I think our fine, if you miss a meeting, might be like $10,000. So practice is the same way. So it doesn't matter how much money you make, like 10,000 gonna hurt anybody. So just make sure that you're on time, because the way our coaches say it, and I think something for just how you should be in life is that whenever you're late, that means you don't have respect for the other person's time. And I think that's the worst way to disrespect somebody. So when you have to be somewhere, try to be there on time. And you know, if you're on time, you're really late, so try to be 5 minutes early, because you just never know what can happen. So.
Walton School Principal Gretchen Liggins is very pleased with her students and staff for their continued commitment to this important initiative.
Our attendance has been higher toward the beginning of the year than it was last year. I came in October and our attendance was at the high 80% rate. We finished up with a 92. Our attendance minimum is 93%, but we're shooting for 94% here at Walton.
Brown and Orange Week has been a tradition in the city for many years. It normally takes place the week heading into the final regular season game against the Pittsburgh Steelers. But this year, the Browns open up at home against the Steelers. So Brown and Orange Week falls during week 1. And Mayor Frank Jackson is always pleased to meet with Bob Grace, chairman and president of the Browns Backers Central, to talk sports and present him with a proclamation.
Now, how long have you been?
Since 1984.
1984.
Yes.
And what have you been doing since 1984?
Well, I started the Browns Backers.
Right.
And that went all the way up until 1995, and then Mayor White asked me to be the chairman of the Save Our Browns to help bring the Browns back, and I did that without letting the Browns Backers suffer, and Browns Backers has been going since 1984, and the first mayor to do this was Mayor George Voinovich. This is the epitome of what it means to be a Browns fan, and it's because of this strong tradition why the NFL caved in and gave us our team back. Even though we've been fighting for a real team for 20-some years, I think this year might be the first time since 1995 that we've actually had a good team here.
It seems to me the fan base is just looking for an opportunity to be a good fan again.
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
And winning 4 games in the preseason is the beginning of the opening of that door for that good opportunity. Mm-hmm. Now if they can come in and look like they're a team, be out there and be competitive, right, and bring back more than 2 wins, then progress could be seen, and prove that all these changes that they've done are worth changing.
And change has been great for the Browns organization. Since bringing in a new front office, the Browns have stockpiled draft picks, cut the salary cap, and actually picked quality players.
Well, we've done excellent on draft picks. It sort of lessens the surprise I had when they got rid of guys like Greco and Hayden, because I'm not the head coach, I'm not the offensive coordinator or defensive coordinator, so I don't know what these guys really bring to the table. They must be a step ahead of Greco and Hayden in order to do that. I'm anticipating an aggressive season. I won't even begin to tell you what the prediction is for wins. You know, it's a crapshoot at this point. It was nice to see them go 4-0 in the preseason, but that doesn't mean a thing. Right now, I think the thing that bothers me with this game coming up Sunday is the impact that Joe Hayden's going to have with the Pittsburgh Steelers, because he obviously knows the playbook, which is going to hurt the Browns, because you know they're going to put him in a machine and stick a thing on his head and suck all his information out of his brain. So we'll see what happens.
12 years, I've been mayor for 12 years we've been doing this.
Yes, sir, we have.
That's right, and 1 year we're going to bring a championship doing it.
I would like to be here after the championship, if you could arrange it when we win the championship, to be here in the office and say, all that time I put with you every year trying to get this thing going was worth it. Look what we did.
And whether you're a diehard Browns fan or a casual Browns fan, this is Cleveland. We support our teams no matter what.
I think the history of this town itself proves why they should support us, because we are Cleveland. Just like the Cleveland Indians fans are Cleveland, the Cleveland Cavaliers fans are Cleveland. I mean, this is what we're all about. We're blue-collar, hard-working, the epitome of what a fan should be. That's why they should support us.
We're going to take a quick break, but we'll be right back with more of TV20's Inside Sports Report.
This is the story of a boy who didn't talk for a long time. The boy liked things to always be the same. Any changes would scare and upset him. The unknown was an unfriendly place. The boy was very sensitive to lights and sounds. So he built secret hiding places where they couldn't get in. The boy didn't like looking people in the eye. He wasn't trying to be mean, it just made him feel uncomfortable. Sometimes he would flap his arms again and again.
One day, I found out I have something called autism. My family got me help. Slowly, I found my voice and learned all the way I could live with it better.
Early intervention can make a lifetime of difference. Learn the signs at autismspeaks.org.
Welcome back to TV20's Inside Sports Report. I'm your host, Christian Patterson. John Marshall High School's Douglas Clements is a junior student athlete that's determined to be the best he can be on and off the football field, making him TV20's Student Athlete of the Week. Marshall has a rich history when it comes to sports, especially high school football. With the grades that Doug has and his unwavering determination, he's on the path for success.
I work hard every day. I went to practice every day. I ain't miss no days off. I just put in the work.
Well, Doug don't miss any days. He refused to miss a day. Like, you would never hear Doug say, oh, I'm not at school or I'm not going to come to practice. Doug is, like, one person I can count on to be every day, that's Doug. Like, always in class, never see him in the hallways messing around. He just always getting where he got to get to and actually enjoys school. Like, he gets mad when he not getting his work done.
Doug is a second-year varsity player, and since Coach Cleggett has taken over, he's helped elevate Doug's game to the next level.
More confidence this year with Doug, because, I mean, last year he's a little shy. He only played Muni League football, and he didn't play his freshman year, so when he came in, real nervous, didn't really want to assert himself. But this year, open to do anything, way more physical. Definitely did our whole weightlifting program all since December, so he's definitely a big improvement compared to last year.
Cleggett been a good coach. He puts me every practice. He know what he's doing as a coach. And he go push this team, be a good team.
It wasn't always easy, but Doug has now grasped the art of juggling academics while participating in varsity athletics.
So Doug's work ethic in the classroom is like what I imagine it is as a spectator watching him on the football field. He always goes above and beyond. If there's something that is challenging for him, he makes sure that he keeps working at it until he gets it down. Doug is really outgoing. He brings life to a classroom. He's always helpful to his peers, and he's very attentive. Any lesson that I would teach, like Doug was paying attention all the time, but also making sure to reach out to his peers when they needed help.
Next one is my English teacher. She did everything for me to help me get my grades right. She taught me everything I know, reading. I just pay attention in class, do all my work, listen to my teachers, just listen. Then that's how I get my GPA that high.
Doug carries a 3.5 GPA and is adamant about being a student athlete at the college level.
He knows with that type of GPA, it's very easy to market him out to different colleges, and he keeps on improving on the field, he definitely gonna be on the next level.
And at the next level, Coach Claggett believes he will be the same focused and reliable athlete.
I see him as just a consistent guy. You know what you're gonna get with Doug. He's not about to cry, he's not about to complain. He's about to go in and do his work, and if he need help, he's gonna ask for it, but he's just gonna be at it at all times.
Doug hasn't received any scholarship offers yet, but he has his top 3 schools in mind, and he already has his major picked out.
My first college I'll look at is Ohio State. Then I'll probably choose Clemson and Ole Miss. In college I want to major in IT because I'm already in IT at John Marshall, and I find it interesting.
And although he's already thinking about college, he's still focused on this season.
My goal for this football season to be to have the most interceptions in the Senate, have a winning record for John Marshall.
Thanks for watching the Inside Sports Report. Make sure you continue to tune in each and every week for an inside scoop on our Cleveland sports scene.